Hello, my crafty friends. It's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and this is the March collaboration with myself, Michele from Scrap Secrets, and Terra from Mayhem Crafty Cards. We decided to do random themes today. We have each selected 2 options out of each category and then randomly selected them. So for mine, my colors were navy, gold, and light blue. Heat embossing was my technique, and floral stamps was the stamp that I'm using. So I've got this blue piece of cardstock, and I am using the stamp set Graceful Flowers from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm going to do my heat embossing first because I know full well that the Distress Oxide that I'm going to use later on, I will not let dry, and I would have embossing powder everywhere. So I am using some Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink, and I am going to stamp that twice. The sentiment I'm using is sending love and hugs, so kind of a generic card that can be used for any occasion that you might need it for. And I'm going to then coat this using the Brutus Monroe Gilded Embossing Powder, and then I will heat set that until that's smooth and melted. And then I'm going to take the large floral image and stamp that down using Distress Oxide using prized ribbon. So while I'm working on these things, just giving you a little life update on where I've been and why I haven't been posting videos. I injured my right hand, so that's why you will see me throughout this video doing mostly everything with my left hand, because I was moving a couch and bent my thumb backwards, completely accidental, but I'm waiting to see what damage I've done, but it's definitely still very painful. My doctor thinks that I may have torn some ligaments, so I have an ortho appointment coming up to see what the plan is and what I've really done in there. So it is very sore still, so I'm trying to do things left-handed, which kudos to you people who are left-handed. It is just not in my nature, but my thumb makes sure to remind me not to do it that way because it hurts. I will link Michele and Terra's channels down below because I can't wait to see. We haven't talked about who selected what category, so I have no idea what their colors and technique and stamp options were, what they've selected and what they're going to create. That is one of the things that I absolutely love about doing these collaborations or hops, is seeing what everyone else comes up with, because you could be given the exact same options as somebody else and come up with something completely different. So I find how everybody interprets a technique or idea fascinating. I absolutely love it. So here I am. It was navy was my color, and prize ribbon I think was closest that I had. There may be one darker, but I couldn't find it, nor can I think of the name right now. But to tie in a more navy color, I'm going to use some embellishments at the end. So I'm going to try to give it a little more of a navy pop. And so I'm going to just get this out of the way, and I get my card base out, and I was going to just adhere this down because I do like to have my panel slightly smaller than my card base, and it would give me a nice white border. But I thought in order to tie in the gold embossing, I'm going to use some foil paper, which is the full A2 size. And if my hand didn't hurt, I would have die cut something out of the center of this, not to waste this paper, but we just went for it and used the whole sheet. I am going to glue this down. Squeezing a glue bottle with my left hand has been tricky. I just recently did a project for work for some candy little bags that I did, and that was the hardest part, was using the glue bottle in my left hand. But we manage, we get it done. So I'm just gluing this down using the Barely Arts liquid glue. And once I get that down, I decided that I was going to adhere the panel using some foam squares. So I will get this leveled down. I just kind of put it on my glass mat and make sure that everything's even, and just rub it down so the glue is, evenly distributed. And then I am going to save you from watching me stick these down and pull the backings off of them once I get the first couple on. And then I will get this adhered down, and this is when I decided that I needed and a little embellishment, and I went back and forth on how many of these little gems that I should use. I had, I think, up to 7 or 8 on here at one point. I ended up taking them all off in the end and just leaving the 3 in the upper corner. So you'll have to let me know if you would have added more. Would you have put them in a different location? What would you have done as far as the embellishments go? So I hope that you'll check out Michele and Terra's video. Like I said, I will have their channels linked down below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them for me. I always enjoy hearing from everyone. I had originally started using the pokey tool to do this, but that was just proving not to work, and just picking them up with my hand is working out. So here is my finished card. I hope you enjoyed this project, and as always, I hope that you all have a great day.